of H.R. 485 and House Resolution 863. Gentleman from South Carolina is recognized for whatever questions he may have for the panel.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Green, appreciate your testimony. Mr. Thompson, appreciate you being here. Yeah, it's interesting. I've heard a lot of different words spoken while we've been here. Marjorie Taylor Greene has come up time and time again. This being political, time and time again. MAGA Trump, time and time again. And we went around and around on January 6th with you, Ms. Thompson, and there's a lot of questions that I have that Thomas asked some, but there's a lot of questions that I think the American people want to know about January 6th. Why was Jim Jordan and Mr. Banks excluded? Why wasn't there cross-examination? Why wasn't Ms. Pelosi, who was in charge of security, along with the Sergeant of Arms, why wasn't she there in cross-examination? Why was Ray Epps and other people seen escorting people in? There are a lot of questions, but the question we've gotten here is those were just diversions. The question we got here is on Mr. Mayorkas, Secretary Mayorkas, and whether he's fit for the job. And what really baffles me, Ms. Thompson think you said give more resources, as if that's the reason, the problem we've got at the border is because they hadn't had resources. If Secretary Mayorkas is not going to let the Border Patrol do their job, why would you give them more money? They're just not going to do it. You would agree with that. Money's not going to cure this. You mentioned electronic devices. It's only under this president that have we opened our borders up to anybody from any country, anywhere in the world. It's because of this administration. And to compare Donald Trump's, I think I heard a mention of 700, a number with him, compared to the 12 to 15 million we have in this country today, it's really absurd even bringing up the different topics to try to divert the attention. I think the ranking member mentioned that Secretary Mayorkas doesn't deserve impeachment. Well, neither does the American people deserve what's going on right now. What's interesting, what the words are not going to be able to explain, are what the American people are seeing. To see in New York City, 4,000 illegals take the place of law-abiding children of law-abiding adults. What the American people are seeing is the police officers that got kicked in the head and beat up, and then did an obscene salute to the law enforcement and left because of this administration under Mayorkas and what he's doing to this country. I've seen have you been to the border, Mr. Thompson?
A number of times.
Okay, so you see what I see. You see the cardboard with the numbers on it. When you try to take a picture, a American walks up and you're not going to take that picture. Why? What have you got to hide? And then having them whisk away in some of the nicest buses I have ever seen in my life. So that's what the American people are seeing. And so words are not going to explain that. And I think you said, Mr. Thompson, when the enemy shows up, they don't ask, are you Democrat, Republican? All they do is want to harm America. That's what exactly is happening with this administration's actions to let everybody and anybody in this country. There was a letter that was sent around, and I think y'all all got it, from a member of all the Border Patrol members you've heard of, and Chris Schweiker, who's saying the attacks are now here in this country. They're not overseas. The attacks, the blood that's going to be shed is now, and it's here. And it's a simple page and a half because of this administration doing this intentionally, voluntarily. And I've asked the same question myself Congressman Green. You know, Mayorkas is just doing what he's told. He's a hired hand. And the real culprit is Joe Biden. But it is what it is. He is the one in the seat dictating the laws being broken. I was on the oversight committee when I said, Mr. Mayorkas, is the border secure? The border secure. I said, can you define secure for me? Crickets. Wouldn't say a word. So I just say words are not going to hide what my friends on the other aisle are trying to hide. It's not going to do it because American people see it, and now our security is threatened right here in this Capitol, right now, as well as everywhere in this country. We're all border states now. So, Mr. Green, I just want to thank you for what you're doing. It's well overdue, and I think we can hopefully be successful with it. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Thank you very much. Gentleman from Texas, recognized for whatever questions he has for the panel.
I think the chairman